This guy nails it right here. He says, "What if I told you the deep state is just government itself, each side playing its constituents against each other to keep their scam running and the people shackled in fear, ignorance, and debt?" That's exactly what this is. People, most people cannot look past politics. It's a real damn shame that people are so brainwashed and so psychologically conditioned into thinking that your vote counts and that government and these people that you see on the TV are on your side. I mean, there's not much at this point that I could say or do to anyone who already is down the rabbit hole of maybe QAnon or even on, one of the far left's conspiracies or whatever about Donald Trump, controlling the world, being the next Hitler or whatever. But I mean, there's not much, and I think there's a lot of people out there who aren't very political, meaning they don't pay attention to it, they don't care because a lot of them see that either people are fighting over it, so they don't want to get involved, or they themselves don't really understand politics that well, so they feel like it's not worth their time, or they feel like they literally just don't care, and I understand why people wouldn't care because politics is stupid, and ultimately, what politics is it's world wrestling entertainment. Except it's guys in suits. That's really the only difference. It's like the Barack Obama, Donald Trump clip, right, of them together, and Kamala Harris enters the picture, and George W. Bush, right? People, it's world wrestling entertainment. They're all friends. Donald Trump is not playing 6D chess. He's not 10 steps ahead of the New World Order or the elites or whatever. Donald Trump is part of it. Donald Trump has always been a part of it. None of these people are on your side. And I know that sounds very negative because it sounds like there's no hope, but this is the truth. And until people can get over politics, until people can get over, their ego and their political beliefs, because here's the issue: is people are so emotionally wrapped and egoically attached to their favorite politician, their favorite political influencer. Doesn't even have to be a politician. It could be someone who talks about politics online. We'll get into some of those guys later, but like Tim Pool or Fresh and Fit podcast, just random ones like that to name a few. But what people don't understand is the government itself has created a conspiracy around itself. They've created conspiracies within conspiracies. That's where you get this whole QAnon stuff. That's where you get, what's the far left one? Antifa. That's where you get these groups. Because they're looking at what the powers that be have done is they give you breadcrumbs of truth, right? They feed conservatives in particular breadcrumbs of truth about the Hollywood elites and the blood-sucking pedophiles and all that stuff, right? They tell you stuff about that, but they tell you they always make it political. They say, well, it's the Democrats. It's because the Democrats were allowing these people and they're allowing all this LGBTQ stuff and pedophilia and minor attracted people, all that stuff, right? And you see, when you see someone playing politics, when you see them blaming, because it's so easy and convenient to blame the liberals, right? Because of how crazy they've been, really, ever since I would say Barack Obama, but really more in particular the past 5 years, liberals and the Democrats have had their way, right? We've seen the most ridiculous things the most ridiculous narratives spew out of their mouths. And we've seen the most ridiculous actions from them, such as having drag queens read to children, which we all know is wrong. It's leave kids out of it. You want to be a drag queen, fine, but leave kids out of it. Kids don't need to be involved in this stuff. That's all I'm trying to say. So the conservatives have gotten gaslit for the past mainly 5 years, but realistically, ever since 2016, conservatives have been gaslit about stuff with election fraud as well, about all these things about how the left is a bunch of blood-sucking pedophiles, right? So now that Trump is back in power, the conservatives feel as if they've regained America back, right? I mean, right now, I've mentioned this many times, the past 6 months, I would say, we have seen a huge switch, to a red wave. I mean, 2024 was the year that all of a sudden everyone betrayed the so-called left or whatever, the liberals, Democrats, and went to Donald Trump because Donald Trump and conservatives are the only people or the only political party that display some sense of normalcy to the average intellect. So that's why a lot of young men at my age, right? Because I'm about to be 28 this month. A lot of guys my age are Trump supporters. I do live in New Jersey, which is obviously a liberal state, but Trump didn't lose by much. Honestly, most people I know and that I came across were voting for Trump. I could definitely name you more people, especially in my neighborhood here, that voted for Trump than more people that voted Kamala. And again, I'm in Jersey, so you see a lot of Kamala stuff, but my goodness, this election season, I've never seen so much Trump stuff besides, this election. This is the third one that Trump has been in now. So I hope you guys are getting my point, is that the government has created conspiracies within conspiracies, such as QAnon, such as Antifa, to mislead you, because people are going to get suspicious. These people understand that what they're doing, people are going to catch on. That not everyone is that stupid. So they have to create misleading conspiracies that lead you down to politics, because as long as you're wrapped up in politics and thinking politics is a legit scheme, you will always be deceived. I don't care how awake and aware of truth you are. As long as you believe that your votes count and that politics is real and that, any of these buffoons have any sort of power that you see on TV, you are going to get misled.